It's a sticky issue that's now ended up in the beehive, with self-proclaimed champion of the regions, Shane Jones.
Do you like Manuka honey?
Yeah, I'm a honey freak.
You're a honey freak. What do you do with it?
Put on large pieces of Maori fried bread, which will explain why I'm rather plump.
He's filling the puku of the honey industry as well, feeding them almost $6 million of taxpayer money to protect their brand and shut Australia out of the market.
This is going to affect the livelihoods of real families over there. Are you comfortable with that?
You mistakenly think that I have an obligation to look after Australians. Given the number of Kiwis they're sending home and Aussie criminals they're exporting to our country, I have not a sliver of sorrow in terms of advocating for New Zealand Aotearoa Manuka honey.
Does your group have the authority from Māori to trademark the word?
We have the authority from Māori to do it, based on the premise that the IP that is behind it immediately falls into Māori hands.
Which Māori?
Māori under a deed of trust, and we're working through that process right now. We have support from 99.9% of Māori for doing this.
The fact is, some Māori oppose the trademark bid, including Ngāi Tahu, one of our most influential iwi.
No, look, I'll be the first to admit there will be debates on the marae as to whether or not the term should be trademarked. But I say to these cultural sleepyheads, wake up. A lot of the flora and fauna patent rights have already been taken by foreigners. So I want to know that we worked with the industry and we gave it a good shot to defend the exclusivity of this term.
The Australians say, why don't we compromise and just label each honey clearly based on where it's from?
You'll never take the Manuka honey away from us. You might have to compromise and call it Kiwi Manuka honey or something else, but you'll never take the Manuka honey away from Tasmania and Australia.
The consumer is a smart consumer. They can work out the taste profiles that they like. They can work out the area that they would like to source from.
So it's like you're going to Champagne and saying, look mate, I'm going to call this New Zealand Champagne and you can call it France Champagne. How long do you think you're going to last in the room?
What is your message to the Australians?
Work with us. Let's take the money away from the lawyers. Let's put the money back into science. Let's put into the money to reposition each other based on our own uniqueness, so the consumer is not confused. They will win based on that. We all lose if they continue to act in the way they're acting.
In Tasmania, Robbie and Nicola won't give up.
It's what you do for a family business. You make sacrifices. You go the extra mile.
Their goal is to keep their business in the family for generations.
Parents do what they can for their children. It's our role to do that. Our role to have something to pass to our kids.
And that's important to you?
Certainly is. That's everything, isn't it?
Family.
Family.
And whānau is front of mind in the far north too.
Do you want me to open that for you?
Some Māori-owned Manuka businesses have already gone bust. Blanche is determined that hers won't be next.
I am worried that we will fail our ancestors in protecting this. But I also worry for the families that will lose out financially as a result of us losing this. They will miss out on these opportunities and they will see the loss. They will probably experience it a lot worse than what we're experiencing it today.
Yeah, so the Manuka Appellation Society is trying to trademark Manuka honey in China. It may take months, even years for that application to be scrutinised. Who do you think has got it right, New Zealand or Australia? Tell us on our Facebook page, Sunday TVNZ.